Hello, everybody. Sorry, y'all. I meant to have this video out a lot earlier, but after I did that last cancer reading, the second cancer reading, I had to lay down. I mean, like I literally was half asleep on the way to the bed, and then I immediately passed out. There are certain things that I probably will not be doing anymore because I cannot be drained in that way. Certain things are just too sensitive for me. I'm just not there. What is different about this one than the other ones I've been drinking? Because this shit is tasty. Oh my God, probably because it has 220 calories in it. Holy hell. This one little thing, 220 calories. That's a lot. That's probably why it tastes so freaking good. This one's good. I feel like I drink these all the time, but they're never this good. But also, I feel like there's something, I think they may be vanilla or mocha or something. I don't know. Anyway. There's this one place that I really, really like, but I just don't want to spend any extra money right now. So I'm drinking that. I have those for backup when I'm too lazy to make my shit and also don't want to order. Yeah. I hope these messages find everyone in good health and good wealth and good spirits. I'm not really into the intro. I'm not really into a lot of things right now. After this happened, you know what's interesting is this happened to me, this sort of feeling happened to me. I want to say it was in 2017. It might have been in 2018. It's possible it was 2018, but I really kind of feel like it was 2017. That shit is so good. Where I tried to tailor my way, which is really spirit's way, and I mean, I guess it's a bit of both, right? It's what's natural to me, and what I've done in every life, and how, I just allow spirit to speak through me, and I just try to give those messages best way I can. Try to be obedient. And I tried to tailor my ways to the more popular way, more airy fairy way, more, pretty sure it was 2017. And it became very taxing, very draining. I remember feeling very tired. I remember feeling sick, but I thought it was because I was just upset. Honestly, I do remember thinking that. Until I just kind of like stepped away from YouTube altogether. I feel like for quite some time, and I do take breaks, usually not on purpose, usually I'm just too damn busy. But I do remember like just taking a break. I tried a few different things. I did like pick a card. I tried to allow people to even, because everybody, like, number one question everyone asks is, how do I read? Do you give lessons? How do you read like that? How is it so accurate? Da 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 da. Well, intuition, allowing spirit to speak through you, learning how to channel the channel, learning how to sift through the channel and relay the channel, learning how to interpret what you are getting, and translate that at literally freaking warp speed, because it comes in so fast. You've got to be adjusted to that. So I started doing exercises on the channel that was like pick a card, and like I picked like these types of decks that have words, and a lot of like oracle cards and stuff like that. And I would have a few stacks, and I would have pick a card, and then I would have cards that have no words, no, like oracle decks that just have pictures so that you could interpret to help people sort of strengthen their intuition. And everyone's like, this sucks, you're not even talking, how are we supposed to know, you're the reader? Okay, but you asked me how to exercise your intuition. And yeah, so I don't know, I feel like, so let's see, with this is 2021. Yeah, five, and fives have been coming through 4 to 5 years ago. Whatever possibly was happening in that time, in that space, like this could be definitely a time that's coming back to trigger certain things in that area. because that's kind of what happened with that cancer video. And yeah, I did try. I deleted the first video, which I really didn't want to do because there was so much impactful information, but also only for the strong. You can't be too sensitive and be listening to my readings because spirit will shut you the fuck down. We're not here to hold hands. And that's kind of the mood that I'm in. And that's how I remember getting in about 2019. I remember just being like, fuck it. I cannot be the one to hold your hand. There are plenty of other people out here that are meant to do that. And there are plenty of other out here for the fakes and the phonies. There's plenty of other people out here for those airy fairy messages that claim they don't have monetized videos. But let me let you know this: if you can send the person a super chat on a live, their videos are monetized. The only way to do that is to have monetization. Okay. So, and also they don't take personal reads. There's a lot, like that's for that's not me. And which is why I will never be popular and never have a big following. And I catch myself wanting to like cater to people, which I caught myself doing this morning, and I just can't do it. I just can't fuck with it. Like to the point, I don't even give a fuck about the intro. I do not care. I'm here to give you messages that spirit gives me. And I'm just here to talk to people that want to listen. And for people that are wanting to grow, however that message comes through. Spirit is not always nice and airy and flary and fluffy. I did go through, I'm going to be real honest with you. I went through several cancer videos after that. The popular ones that I could find on YouTube. What I found to be a running theme, and I would venture to guess this is not a cancer situation. This is like, well, it's cancerous, all right. It's a fucking disease that's killing people for sure. But, you know, multifaceted messages. It is probably just an overall tarot popularity and not like a cancer specific sign. Although I have ran into this problem in particular with Cancer and Sagittarius several times before, which is why I will likely not be doing those two signs anymore. I know that that is not particular to their signs, but it just seems on my particular channel that they are too sensitive for me to work with in that way. And I just am choosing to step away from those two because it's just not worth it for me. It's not worth it. Yeah. And plus there's so many other people that offer it. Like, what the fuck do you need this channel for? Especially if you're just going to like bash. Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, what I noticed was the most successful ones, the comments are off. The cards are not read in reverse. They are not shuffled through. They are shuffled and the cards are not felt. What I mean by that is like, so when most legit readers read, they feel the deck. They hold the deck very loose. Okay. They allow it to speak. They allow the deck to speak. They read the entire deck. So like when we shuffle, right, the way that this shuffles means something. This means you're ready for the message. Okay. Like the way that the deck goes back into itself. All right. We're getting pretty clear here. There may be some hidden messages underneath. You see these two cards popping out. Like we actually read the entire process is a form of divination. The deck falls out of my hand. Maybe there's something that's going awry. One card flips over. Wow, that's something that we need to see. That's, you know, say like it just, and also the deck is held very loose because the deck is allowed to speak. Okay. The deck is allowed to speak. All right. However it speaks along with intuition. Now, what I notice is that people hold the deck very tight. They shuffle a few times. Okay. They see like that would even mean something. Like that's shit getting stuck, especially because this is a brand new deck. Now shuffling like this, I would guess that it would get stuck. Shuffling like this, the way that I shuffle, that should not be getting stuck. There's no reason for that. Okay. No reason for that at all. What I notice in the popular ones is that they shuffle. They don't allow the deck to speak. They flip directly from the top. Okay. Also they do not read, again, reversals. It's a very cookie cutter version. It's very like by the book versions of what these cards mean. Something's coming to an end. Something's toxic. This is your twin flame, right? Death, the devil, lovers. And I noticed this, like I said, I noticed this. I noticed a lot of things actually. And it just ain't me. It's just not. And I don't feel like, here's the big thing. I don't feel like I'm doing a service. Actually, I feel like I'm doing a disservice on a spiritual level, and I've got to pay for that. Not you, me. Just like the people that are out here doing things that they know are wrong, they have to pay for that. The people out here. I ran into a couple of videos of people that I actually like, and heard them say that they were not monetized, and I'm seeing like premieres, and I'm seeing lives, obviously from past, and I'm seeing super chats, and I'm like, baby, maybe to people that do not have a YouTube channel, don't know any better, but those of us that do, okay, log in. Anyway, them saying they don't make money for this is all for your benefit and not theirs. Okay. I just happen to notice a lot, and I look at that, like speak on it, let it all come out, let it fly out, fall where it may. Let's get messy with it. That's me. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you how I get it. That's why we're not doing an intro. This is basically just a rant. I don't really give a fuck. Like I said, I do feel like possibly these things have come up from the past. Like I said, 2017, 2018. Yeah. I actually noticed a lot more than that, but we're not going to get into it. Yeah, Seven of Cups, and you saw that it came out and then it flipped with the Hanged Man and the Six of Pentacles. This, I think, is all of us kind of going through, and I've talked about this. If you go back to, I don't know why people thought I said just watch the May 17th video. I literally said a couple times, watch the May 17th on. I even cited particular readings that were especially important, that there was especially important information in, and I don't really care if you do it or not. Like, it just, I feel like, okay, I know that some of the things that trigger me is having to repeat myself. That freaking triggers me. People not listening and then coming back and asking questions, even though like it's right there. Like, I deal with this a lot, especially like when people try to book readings with me. They will not fill out a form. They will not pay the correct price. Sometimes they will fill out half the form and won't pay, and wonder why they haven't been scheduled. Well, you didn't pay. Why would I take the time to like go back and forth with you? And also, it says right there, like I took that time out to write all these instructions, and you don't follow them. I don't need the tarot deck to tell you what the fuck is wrong with your life. You have a problem with paying attention, and you have a problem with putting in the work. You want everything fast answers, magic pill. If not, you would take the time to read. You don't read the fine print of anything, especially for what you want. You're not willing to put your own energy in the money part. You're not willing to put your own energy in the reading part, the understanding part, the following the directions part. You want everyone to take the time for you, and you don't want to take the time for your damn self. I don't need the fucking cards to tell me what's wrong with your life. You told me all I needed to know just in the process of trying to get the fucking reading. These are things that trigger me. And to the cards, this is a major reality check. Like I've been saying, eclipse season usually is. It usually is. And I've been telling y'all so many things. I'm not even going to go over it. You can go back and watch the other videos, or, I guess you can send me a private message. That's another thing. Like Skyfather, that's another thing. Like I go out of my way to answer people's, there's like tons of ways to reach out to me, and I go out of my way to answer people's questions that they have without any form of payment. I really try to be patient. I really try to give everyone my attention. I don't know that I can keep doing that because it's just too draining. And more than that, I don't feel appreciated. Okay. So it's not just that it's draining because I'm willing to go the distance for what I believe in, but I do not feel appreciated. And so I just feel like I got to shut that down for a while. It is what it is. Yeah. But we are being asked, I think the last video or video before that was talking about triggers. You got Skyfather here. Like, things are just not adding up. Like, we need back what we're putting in. And this is a major reality check. It doesn't matter how much we believe in it. It doesn't matter how much we want to be nice. Like, not everything can just be what everybody else wants. We have to be true to ourselves, okay? We have to be true to ourselves. And if that means that you operate in an unconventional manner because that's how you operate best and that's how people are going to get the best out of you, then that's what it has to continue to be for you. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse position, Spirit of Cups in the reverse position. If it's not being accepted, if it's not being appreciated, if it's only becoming a distraction and it's not helping people, then it's just hindering people, okay? It's just hanging people up. It's just keeping people in limbo. They can't see, right? It's like a bat in the middle of the day just flying in circles is how they're showing it to me. They're showing it to me like he keeps running into this tree trunk. He's been left behind. Well, baby, maybe there's a reason why you were left behind. Catch up. Keep up. And if not, like I've always said this, start back at level 0 like freaking Kung Fu Panda. Okay, go back to the children's class. There's no shame in it. If you look into, like, I'll be the perfect example. When I get sick, like when I'm not feeling well, I am the biggest baby. Do you think I can't go in that kitchen and make my own soup and make my own noodles or whatever, or pour something out of a can? Oh, yes, I can. But I don't want to. I want the person that I feel closest to do that for me because I'm needy in that moment. I am the biggest freaking baby. I need to feel like someone gives a fuck about me. I am the most horrible person to be around when I am sick, because I will not let you go. You can't go anywhere. You live for me in that moment. I need you by me. I don't give a shit. We don't have to talk. I need you. You make everything better than I make it. You touch me better than anyone touches me. You sit better than anyone sits. And I just need to know you're there. Y'all, I'm a horrible person. You should see me in labor. With my first child, now my second child, it was a very complicated situation and I didn't want anyone near me at all. But my first child, like anytime Frankie would go to like smoke a black or take a break or go pee or whatever, like he was away from the bed for like 2 seconds and I was like, no, where is he? And he's been gone for 2 hours. They were like, he's not even out of the door yet. Get him back here. So I understand on some level that you need more than what I can provide for you. And there's other places you can get that. And I'm telling you all this because I can imagine, I've been doing this for a little while now, like lots of lives and thousands of years. If one person is going through it that intensely, especially with what we've been seeing, then likely a lot of other people are going through it. It basically boils down to, I'm just not that bitch. I'm not that one. I'm not that person. That's the energy. I'm not that person. I love these cards, by the way. Heart of Swords. You just got to stand firm. It's not that I'm cold. It's just that I'm here to do a job. I feel like this with the Three of Swords in reverse position. I'm here to heal. I'm here to slay shit. We got things to do, honey. We got things to do. And that is not going to come in the form of me coddling you. Now, if that is what you need, like I said, I gave 2 prime examples of when I need to be coddled. So it's not that I don't understand. It's not that I'm not understanding or compassionate to that, I am. But also, I catch myself trying to be something that I'm not when I know I have to remind myself that there are people out here built for that. There are people out here that do that specifically, and that is where people need to be. Look, I'm gonna tell you a story right now. Story time. I was working with a person very closely and still do sometimes, but I'm also breaking away from that as well. Because it's just, yeah, I'll work with you for as long as I can, and then I'll have to tell you to get the fuck on down the road, or I'll tell you I've got to get the fuck on down the road, because if I see no growth, then I see no point, I see no purpose. Because that's ultimately what we're all here to do. So, prime example, I was working with this person for quite some time, and they kept needing, like, I was giving messages like crazy, like solid messages, and they weren't listening to me. They didn't want to believe me, and yet they kept coming to me and paying for readings, and the messages kept coming out like more intense, and with more elaboration, and they like needed more. They were like, well, what does that mean? Well, why? Well, what does that look like? Well, what do they look like? And it got to the point where I remembered something they had told me, and it was like, okay, if you need, because this is really how it started making me feel, like, if you need the table to start shaking and the lights to start flickering and my voice to change and an actual like possession and my clothes to fly up as if a spirit's just sat within my body, and my voice to change and me to like have all of a sudden these like multiple personality episodes like I'm being possessed, if you need that show and pony act, if you need that Hollywood smoke and mirrors, then you need to go somewhere else to get it, because what we're doing here is real. And if you need all of that extra effect, there are people out there that offer it. I ain't one of them. I ain't one of them. And it got to the point where I had to, as much as I enjoy this person, as much as I enjoy and even love and want to see people grow, it gets to a point where I think for all of us, we just have to step away and do what's best for us. And if trying to help someone else grow hinders our own growth, I don't know that that's the most healthy thing we can do, because how, like, who, if we're not looking out for us, who's looking out for us? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's not easy. That's why I tell people, why. Why do you want to do this? I ask people all the time, and they're like, oh, I wish I could do what you do. I wish. Why? Why do you want to do this? Tell me. Tell me why you want to do this. Tell me why you want to jump dimensions. Tell me why you want to talk to other things that are not here. Tell me why you want to constantly see shit that no one else can see. Constantly hear shit that no one else can hear. Tell me. Tell me why. Tell me why you want to convey these messages to people that don't listen. Tell me why you want to be called crazy. Tell me why you want to live a life that is the most lonely thing you have ever fucking felt. Tell me. Tell me why. If this doesn't choose you, or you didn't choose it before coming here, why on earth would you choose? This is probably one of the hardest fucking paths, the most lonely paths. Tell me why. Why would you want to do that to yourself? I think these are questions that are healthy to ask. I think these are healthy conversations to have with yourself. If this is not something that you already do, why? Why would you want to do that? Just like, some seriously intense connections that people seem to want to find and call them whatever they want, twin flame, soulmate, blah, blah, blah. Why? Those are some of the hardest relationships to learn from, to get out of, to break away from, to break off, to sever the connection to, like, those are some of the absolute most hard situations you will ever find yourself in. Why would you idolize that? Why would you envy that? What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you want that? We're here to grow. We're here to also experience and to be happy. And if we're constantly surrounded by people that are bashing us or draining us, let me tell you, vampires, They come in all different areas. The people, like people, especially toxic people, which, let's be honest, spirituality and tarot and all this shit that surrounds it is full of mostly toxic people, because that is where people think they can get quick fucking answers. They don't want to do the work. So you have people trying to latch onto you, and you've got shit latched onto them trying to latch onto you. Y'all need to be careful out here. I'm telling you this because I got to be careful out here, and I catch myself bending backwards and breaking, trying to do shit that ain't even benefiting me. It's not even benefiting me. It's not, and it's not that we do everything to benefit ourselves, but whenever it is basically killing you, and also it's only for the purpose of killing you because no one's getting anything out of it, probably best to pull back. Probably best to pull back. Yeah, it's time to get out. Two of Pentacles in the reverse with the Tower. You got to do what's right for you. You got to do what's right for you. And if it doesn't make you feel good and it starts to become foolish and repetitive and not productive, you have to do what you know you are here to do. What brings people to the next level, and in turn brings you to the next level. We should be elevating. We should be growing. And if that's not what's happening, then we need to take a good, healthy look at that space, have a good, healthy conversation with ourselves, reanalyze some shit, break away from some shit, and overall stay in our authentic selves. Because at the end of the day, baby, that's all you got is you and your truth and your authenticity. That's your number one purpose for being here. Yes, we have a lot of them, but that is the number one purpose, being in your truth, being in your authenticity. That's what I have for y'all today. Thank you for listening. Don't give a damn if you like the video or not. See ya.